What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Juss Anderson. I'm back with another upload. In today's upload, we'll be discussing the Luka 5 Venom. Let's get into it. Before we get into today's upload, I have a small request. If you guys could like, comment, if you like what you see, consider subscribing. I post every Sunday and sometimes on Saturdays. But with that being said, let's get into the sneakers. As always on this channel, we're starting with the traction. The traction that could be found in the Luka 5 is a herringbone traction, and on some colorways it could be translucent. Talking on the traction on this pair, the Luka 5, I'll say that the traction is very inconsistent. It is one of the down parts or one of the bad points that I had while playing this shoe. Don't get me wrong, when you do get a fresh wipe, it grips the court really well, but once it picks up dust, it's a nada. It's a no-go. So I would definitely rate the traction on this shoe like a 6 out of 10. Not the best traction, because I still think the 1 and maybe even the 2 had a better traction setup than the 5, but definitely the 1 is still, like, you know, Luka's best shoe when it comes to traction so far. So let's get into the other things about the Luka 5. Next on the Luka 5s, we're going to talk about the materials. The materials that could be found in the Luka 5 is engineered mesh, fused synthetic overlays, ISO band, ISO plate, and the flight wire cables on the shoe. So what I'll say about the materials on the Luka 5 is that the materials on this reminds me a lot of the Luka 1s, where it's just comfortable, it's fun to play, and it flexes with your foot well. So this is one of the best parts of the shoe, which is definitely the materials. Really a step up from, I believe, the 2. I'm not sure about the 1. I think it's on par with the 1. I didn't play in the 3 and the 4, if I'm being honest with you guys, because I just didn't like it, or didn't like the way they felt on my feet. But so far, the 5 materials do feel good, and I do enjoy them. So if I had to rate the materials, I rate the materials an 8 out of 10. Yup, if you made it this far into the video, if you could do me a small favor and just like the video, help the YouTube bot know that I'm trying to upload more and post more. But with that being said, let's get back into the video. Next on the Luka 5s, we're going to talk about the cushion. The cushion that could be found in the Luka 5s is a full-length Zoom strobo unit with cushion foam. Talking about the cushion now, the cushion is definitely the best part of this shoe. When I say it's like pillows on your feet, it's so comfortable, so bouncy, and like top-tier cushion. If I had to rate the cushion on this pair, I'll say it's a 10 out of 10. I had no problems, no breaking time, no nothing when it came to this shoe. Definitely one of the bright spots of the Luka 5. Next, we're going to talk about fit and support. In terms of fit, as you guys know, I don't go half a size. I go 9 and up. Okay, we're good. We get that, all right? For those of you that are new, I don't go half size up or down. I go my true size, which is 9.5. In terms of support, the flight wire cables really hold you in place. However, I did have a small instance where one of my shoes were chafing at my ankle a little bit than the other. I think it was my left shoe was like bothering my ankle more than my right, because it kind of has like not a booty construction system. Flight wire cables just didn't feel good on my feet sometimes, but it is something that you can play through, and obviously you will get adjusted to. But for the most part, the support is good. So in terms of fit and support, I rate this an 8 out of 10. All right, so my final thoughts on the Luka 5 is that honestly, it is a good shoe, but here's my thing. I am a person where if the traction is basura, throw the shoe out. Like, there's no point of it, because at the end of the day, it's a basketball shoe. And the most important part of a basketball shoe outside of cushion is traction. So if your shoe has inconsistent traction, if it can't work on a lot of different courts, then there's no point of the shoe, because at the end of the day, the consumers are not playing on NBA courts. We are playing on middle school courts, high school courts, dusty courts, clean courts, sometimes NBA courts. But for the most part, the courts we play on are not the best, or not the, you know, most well kept. So if the shoe can't perform on like your average, you know, gym floor, it's pointless. So I would say this. I would say if you're somebody that's coming to me and just asking me generally like, hey, what do you feel the Luka 5 is? I would say this. The Luka 5 is not a bad shoe. It's not a bad shoe. If you're looking for cushion and iffy traction, then I would definitely say cop it, because it will cover you in that area. But in reality, I would say buy something else. I would just say buy something else. If you could buy the Luka 1, buy the Luka 1. To this day, I still feel like the Luka 1 is the best Luka that ever came out of his line. And you can argue with me all you want, but personally, I really do feel like it is. And I can prove this to you, by the way. Literally, when the 2, 3, 4 came out, I think he was still playing in his 1s. I know for sure when he was in the playoffs and I think he made the finals or something like that, he was still playing in his 1s, bro. The 2, 3, and 4 were definitely trash. I thought the 5 would definitely like step it up and Jordan learn from their mistakes. And they did. You know, the materials are better, the cushion's better. But at the same time, if the traction is basura, bro, what's the point? Then again, my pair is translucent, or I think it's translucent. And maybe rubber is a little bit different. But until further notice, I would say don't cop, bro. I would say don't cop. I don't think the Luka 5 is really worth it. Like, yes, cushion is good. Yes, the materials are good. Yes, the fin lockdown is good. But if the traction's not there, what's the point? You know what I mean? With that being said, it's your boy Juss Anderson. Thank you again for tuning in to another upload. If I disappointed you, I apologize, but I just had to be honest. With that being said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy Juss Anderson. And I'm going to see you on the next one, y'all. Peace.